Hey guys, it's Adam here. Yep. Welcome to another one of these fishing vlogs of mine. Canadore College is right over there. Obviously this is the body of water. Not very clear, as you can tell. Got some lily pads right here. And I don't know if I'm trespassing. If I am, I'm sure somebody will let me know. On my way here, I came across a condemned, well, it looked like a condemned house. And there's an aluminum boat, a little 10, 12 footer aluminum boat in the backyard. And I was like, oh man. Wish I could contact the owner and find out what he's doing with that. So if he's just going to ditch it, throw it in the back of the truck now, strap it down, take it home, and start repairs. 'Cause I'd love to get a little boat to go ripping on waters like this. But guys, this lake here is known to have bass and catfish. As you can see, it's dirty as frig because there is a factory that dumps into this lake. But you know what? I left the fishing gear in the truck. I wanted to see if I had access to walk down with these tennis shoes. I really got to get better hiking gear for next year, but for this year, season's almost over. We'll make do with what we have. Let's get back to the truck, grab some stuff. Not going to bring the cooler because we can't keep any of the fish that we pull out of the water here if we accidentally do pull one out. So, without further ado, let's see if there's any fish in this lake near the shore where we're casting. Alright, I'm just going to bring my backpack and the bait caster. I brought the spinning rod and the fry fake worms and the gulp just in case I wanted to get some finesse fishing in. But seeing how it's so weedy at a lot of these locations, finesse fishing equals snag central, which means not a good time. But yeah, there's like a lot of stuff back here, eh? Mike Holmes bought this to do whatever. I have no idea what the hell they're putting back here. As you can hear, there's construction happening all around me. Although all the backup sounds and all that fun shit. So I'm just gonna lay my backpack down there. I've got the top water hooked on. We're gonna run with that for now. I can get down here as much as possible. She has a pretty steep incline. And I don't want to fall in the water because I don't have the waterproofing on this camera. I'm sacrificing waterproofing for battery charging. You know, everybody's like, oh, you should change out the hooks on your torpedoes. The stock hooks are garbage. How many times I've stuck myself with those damn hooks and they stuck really well? Trust me, they're not garbage. Anyway, let's get that out there. Just see if we get any action. Gonna let those ripples ripple. See if anything wants a piece. What the heck happened over here? I want to get something over there right away. Once again, guys, I don't know if I'm trespassing or not. Hopefully I'm not. I really don't like breaking the law. You know, and I really don't like ruining it for other fishermen. Giving people a bad name just because of something that one person does. I don't want to be that one person. I can't believe I didn't see what blew up over here. That really upsets me. I just kind of looked back and saw a huge explosion. Could have been a frog though. Not frog things right now. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna take a lily pad with me. We'll keep with the top water for a bit. We'll probably end up switching to a weedless senko. But yeah, this is another lake that's literally in my backyard. And then the bigger lake is Trout Lake, Armstrong, where I literally bike to in 5 minutes. Trout Lake has a lot of fishing spots in it. I just gotta find them. So my buddy said to me, he's like, dude, Trout Lake is in your backyard and you're saying you have to go across town to go fishing? You just got to go down the road. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I just don't know where the spots are in that lake. Only reason why I know about Lake Nipissing is because my friend's been fishing there for so freaking long that she tells me where the good spots are. So like when you have somebody who's willing to hook you up with fishing spots, tell ya, take them up on the offer. There's a lot of anglers out there. Like my buddy Mitch, he He's like, oh, I got some prime trout spots. I'm like, oh, sweet. I'm like, you'll have to take me some days. He's like, no way. And I'm like, why not? And he's like, I don't let anybody go. He goes, the wife doesn't even know where they are. And I'm like, they don't exist then. And he's like, you're trying to reverse psychology me? I'm like, no, I'm just calling bullshit on your talk. And he's like, no, they exist. Trust me. And he shows me some pictures of some of the trout he caught from the location. I'm like, okay, cool. And just from looking at the picture, I get an idea of where they are. I'm pretty sure I was fishing pretty close to the locations a while back when I got attacked by that dog. There's a lot of fishing holes around that area. I was trying to see if this reel here had a recommended line size for it, recommended poundage. Sometimes they mark the reels up with that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and switch out from topwater. I think topwater is gonna be mostly effective in the morning. I think I read that somewhere. That and I might have already missed the fall transition. Because a lot of the guys that I watch on YouTube are from the USA. And they're like, yeah, when the weather gets to be about 69, and I'm like, that's like summer night in North Bay. And for them, it's like mid-end October, it starts getting like that. So fall transition might have already happened. The fish may have already relocated to better pastures. However, you know, you don't know unless you try. I'm gonna try this weedless senko again. I took the weight off of it, eh? Oh, I have a couple liters in here. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. It's not too bad. It's about as heavy as the... You know what? We'll give it a try. We'll give it a try. Worst case, it has the slowest sink known to man. Worst case, I bird's nest like a mother figure, we call it. Shit. Make sure you're set up for weedless. You're on there. Close that loop. All right, let's try a weedless senko and pumpkin, and I don't know what the heck the red color is, the yellow color, but it's green pumpkin and some other friggin' nonsense. The split blend, if you will. One day I'll have money and I'll buy an injector and make my own injected senkos. Oh, without the weight, it's not too bad. Takes a while for it to sink, though, that's for sure. Okay, so now that we know this information, now we can just really sail it out there and just let it sit for a while. Unless we catch a tree behind us. You know, I just realized I never even calibrated the rod when I put the new lure on. Ah, Jesus, I'm so bad for that. Today is the day that the video for the auger sharpening came out. I was reading through the comments there, and it was mentioned that I should look for the drill bit attachment, and I didn't realize you can get it for that because Rex gave me that auger. I have no idea how old it is. I don't really know much about it. Just that it's a manual auger that you crank. That's all I can tell you. Manual auger, you crank it, boom shakalaka, welcome to Holesville. Right, you know, we're weedless now, so let's send it over there, let it sink, maybe something will bite it. There is an attachment on Amazon for 20 bucks that you can I can literally hook it up to my my DeWalt. Just throw it on the DeWalt drill, and my manual auger now is an electric auger. You know, bring a couple spare batteries with me when I go out, and we have a great way to rip holes in the ground to fish. Man, the action on this senko now that it's set up properly is pretty freaking juicy. I don't know if you guys can see that underwater, but you just give it a little flick. Boing, boing, hey, sweet. Once again, like I say, fall transition, the fish might have gone a deeper structure. They might already be too lethargic to eat anything. They might not care. And that is a very good possibility. I don't know, I'm just enjoying myself out today. It's a shitty day at work. So it's nice to get out of the office and onto the lake and just throw down. I don't know what the heck I'm going to do come winter. Probably fall into a Great Depression, cry myself to sleep at night. You know, typical Canadian life. It's already starting to get dark at 7 p.m. and in what? Freaking 15 more days, daylight savings time kicks in and it's going to start getting darker at 6 p.m. Next thing you know, it'll be 4:30. I'll be half an hour from my shift ends and it'll already be dark outside. Won't that be exciting? Not. So depressing when the sun goes down. I was enjoying summer so freaking much, going out and biking. Like when I worked that 1 week from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. I would get off work at 9 p.m. and there'd still be light out. So I could go out and bike for a bit and then come home and have a shower and go to bed for 11:30, get up the next day, rinse and repeat. And it was a great way to relax. But then winter hits and it's like, what do you do? What do you freaking do? Like how the worm goes right over top of the lily pads. It's almost like a top water bait now. It must weigh the same amount as the top water torpedo because I didn't calibrate and it's sending fine and it's not even bird's nesting. So we're good in the hood. Good in the freaking hood, boys. Now here's the thing with this lake here is I don't know much about it. I just looked it up on Google Maps, looked it up on Angler's Atlas. Somebody caught something back in 2016, a fair-sized bass, put it back, whatever. Caught it from this exact location, I'm assuming, or near here because he was facing backwards and you could see this stuff here, like I mentioned before. I don't know if there's anything in here now. It might have all died off from all the leakage, the parasitic dump. I do hear movement over here though. There is an animal in this. But I don't know if we're just wasting our time out here casting. But hey, you know what? I'm having a good time. I hope you're all having a good time. Even though I'm not catching anything. Whatever, right? Now, I was given, my buddy Mitch, who wouldn't tell me his trout spot, did happen to relinquish a pike spot that's pretty juice, he said. That even what am I hearing over here? Anyway, that even a guy like me with my fishing skills should be able to catch a pike at, and that is the Bondfield Government Dock. So I looked it up, found out where it was, and apparently it's on the end of their main street. Hopefully this guy here isn't pissed off that I'm parked where I am. Wish you guys could see the action of this worm when I twitch it. Like I fire it out there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, spin, stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And it just, the worm is just acting so weird. It's pretty cool. See, I keep hearing, I'm not casting in the right spot. Then again, I'm also not casting with proper lures to catch small fish. Like my setup is big to catch a big fish. And I did that on purpose. Because when you're targeting pike, you don't want to put dinky stuff on there because you're going to catch dinky fish. I'm not going to catch anything in this lake, so I should just put some dinky stuff on and see what happens. Target something stupid like a sunfish. But I don't even see them here. I don't even see bluegill. But then again, I can't even see into the water that well, so of course I wouldn't see a bluegill. I think I just soiled my pants. Friend's trying to figure out where I am. She's biking right now, so I'm gonna give her the Google Maps. Let her have the googs. Maybe she'll bike over here. Hopefully she doesn't get a flat because freaking construction workers there. I don't know if there's stuff in the middle of the road, and I'm too worried about my tires, but bicycle tires are kind of flimsy. I always wondered something about fishing, like who came up with the idea of, hey, look at those flippy flappies there in the water. I'd really like to put one of those on a plate and eat it. How am I going to get that done? Catching it by hand's impossible. They're so slick in the water. Hey, I got an idea. Let's attach a piece of rope to a stick, put a metal sharp thing on the end, drop it down in the water with a piece of meat on it, and see if they bite it. I wonder who came up with that idea and how many concepts they had prior that just completely failed. Like, I wonder about that about a lot of things. Like when you see the technology we have today, or even the simple things like a chair. Like before the chair was invented, like what did people sit on? What made somebody go, well, you know, that rock is comfortable and all, but if it had something on the back and they put a bigger back there and all of a sudden they realized it'd be nice to be able to move that around, and then they just made like a lighter version with less material until they got to the point where they're at now, where you get like, you know, 4 legs and a back and a seat, they call it. I always wondered about that with fishing though. Like what, then again, you've got to think about that for everything else, right? Like the amount of people who must have died over their lifetime eating random pieces of plant to find out cauliflower is good, but you know, other stuff is lethal. Like, you know, all the different trials of one day somebody tripped and fall underneath a cow and the cow milked, and he went, wow, that's actually kind of delicious. Then he just started pulling on the cow's teats until he made a jug of milk and then slammed it and went, this is fantastic. And then all of a sudden they make cheese out of milk. Like, what happened? The milk got spoiled and they just decided to cut it with a fork and drive it in their face. Like, it's things like that that just kind of make a fellow wonder. Kind of makes a fellow wonder. See, there's another one right there. So they're out there. Maybe my approach is bad. And again, like, I'm thinking it's probably just the fact that I'm fishing with too big of a bait. So maybe the bass in here are not hungry enough to devour a 5-inch senko. So let's go ahead and try one of the new things we bought. One of the dollar baits. Not an ultralight minnow. Let's go with the other one. There's the ultralight minnow, and then there's another one that I bought that was still a minnow, but it wasn't ultralight. Let's get this thing up. I'm just gonna put this senko on a steak away. Always put away your baits. And in here, I saw way down here. Okay, what's this? This is the ultralight minnow. No use in using perch, but what's this? The HJ. This is a husky jerk. Husky jerk. That was my nickname in high school. Holy crap, they really make these things hard to get into, eh? Jesus. Hopefully they didn't have how to fish on the back of it, because they did. Yeah, they totally did, and I just wrecked it. Trying to get into the son of a bitch. The husky jerk rattling, suspending, long casting jerkbait. Cast or roll at any speed. Cover the water with sweep. Natural buoyance, designed for suspending. Purpose on the retrieve. Multi-species lure. Yeah, how do you get it out of the box though? Freaking sons of bitches. Oh, they glued it in. That's why it's a pain in the ass. We'll be doing a recal, that's for sure. Make sure you pick up all your garbage, people. No need to give the M&R a reason to stop you from fishing and enjoying a spot, even if said spot is a complete piece of shit. Oh, here we go. I don't know why I've been barking so loud lately. Alright, so we got husky jerk face on. We're gonna have to recalibrate this because I'm pretty sure this thing's too light. Oh, I don't even know how this is gonna freaking sail. It's probably gonna bird's nest on the cast. This might be a spinning setup. I might not be able to use this on the bait caster due to its not heaviness. Well, let's give it a rip and then clean the bird's nest when we're done. Yep, see, clean the bird's nest when we're done. I called it. I friggin' called it. Oh, Jesus, Murphy. And that was one of the comments I've read on this bait caster, is that anything without substantial weight, even with the brakes on full, it's impossible to calibrate for. Get ready for fun and excitement with the Shimano B100A bait caster. Unless you're casting anything but a jig head, forget it. Yeah, I can't fish this with this setup. This is totally the spin caster's realm. So back up to the bait box. Ooh. What other options do I have? I got my crankbait, but we could try it. Worst case, we accidentally catch a fish. That'd be kind of neat, actually. Okay, how did you get... Oh my god, can you take these walls out? It's so impressive how things do that. Well, on the topic of making crankbaits, because I'm going to be throwing mine around, I found out a better item to use for clear coat, and it's at all locations that I never even thought I would ever check, because I never go in there, because I thought I never had the reason to. It's at a store called Michael's. It's a craft store. It's what a lot of the lure makers online are using. Actually, a lot of the lure makers online go to Michael's to buy a lot of their supplies for making lures, like a lip for a lip crankbait. I didn't know where to go. You can go buy acrylics over at friggin' like Lexan and Lucite over at Michael's, and you can get it by, instead of buying the 4x8 sheet that Home Depot wants to sell you, that's 4x8 feet, which you would use to like put a window in a house if that's what you want to make your windows out of. All right, see if the homemade crankbait can get sailed out there. Dirty plan. Struckus just gave me an idea for a spot to go fish. Bet you guys thought I was gonna make that bait, use it once in the video, and then never touch it again, eh? And here I am, fishing it and catching tadpoles. Lily pads, sorry, not tadpoles. That'd be awesome to catch a tadpole with this. At least I can say I finally caught something with it. You know what'd be good on this bait is if on that back hook hanger before I installed it, I would have put a blade like on the torpedo. Just something to make some noise. Because I can definitely sail it out there further than the torpedo. Well, it's nice to know my craftsmanship on this thing is good, because I've gotten this thing hung up on enough shit and it just pulls through. So obviously the hook hanger and the wire hold, or the wire tie, is good. Line tie, holy crap, learn to speak at him. And it looks friggin' adorable in the water, just flapping his bum around. Fish are probably too scared to bite it because they think it's too damn cute. I get it. So I notice when I do this thing where I pop it and let it go, it comes right up to the top, and it looks like an injured fish because it comes up to the top. If I could get it to come up to the top and lay on its side like a dead fish, it'd probably make something go, that's an easy kill. I need to bang that out. See, and you also don't want to keep your rod high, because when you do that, he comes to the top. If you keep your rod low, he'll stay down low. See, one thing I really wish I would have done when I created this bait is I wish I would have put the line tie higher up on the bait, because then when I reel it in, it would have forced the head to go down, and that arc on its back would have pulled him down deeper. And I realized my mistake after I made it and looked up other lipless crankbaits and went, ah shit, they got the tie on pretty much on the top of the back. I got my hook tie right here. I should have put it just behind the eyeballs, like right here where my thumb ends. And that would have made it a lot better. It is what it is. It's a Mark 1. You know, it's like, it's okay. Well, if there's any fish in this lake, I don't know why they don't want to kill this thing. It's already half dead. Probably because the fish are on the other side where the bait fish are. More than likely. Alright guys, well, I have a feeling that there's not much here for fish, except for the cutest little lure you ever did see. Wow, those mustad hooks, guys. Gotta tell you, stickiest hooks you ever did see. Ouch. Just caught myself with the mustad hook. Like I said, they're freaking sticky. They don't take much to pierce through flesh. That's why if a fish ever bites on and one of those gets in his lip, it's not letting go. I trust mustad hardcore. But I think we're pretty much gonna call it for this location. I think this lake here may be a bust. Like I said, the last updated information on this place was back in 2016, 2017, somewhere around there. It's not a stocked lake, it's just a lake, a body of water. Obviously it sucks so bad that somebody threw their shoe, and I'm guessing, judging by this piece of tube, somebody was catfishing. Because you take that there, you jam it in the ground, and then you put your pole in it, and then just sit back and relax and wait till the bell goes off, or you see the rod dip or the bobber go down or whatever the hell, and then boom shakalaka, you got yourself a guppy. I'm thinking there's also a storm coming in. It's supposed to rain at around 4:35 and it's almost 4, so I really don't feel like getting caught in the rain. I don't even like pina coladas that much, so I figure frig it, let's get the hell out of here. We'll go home and do what we're gonna do, which is I have no freaking idea. Oh man, I just that's funny. I didn't even notice this sign until afterwards. Now I see why we didn't catch any fish. Okay. It's kind of hard to catch fish in a lake that doesn't have any left. Anyway. Oh my god. Thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. It's probably should have seen that sign first and then realized there's no point in making a video here and then trying somewhere else. But it is what it is. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, click that like button. Any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. And until next time, guys, remember, live to win, never give in, even if a sign tells you there's no fish in the lake. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.